So they moved to a new place. They renamed the Women Oncology Center to be the KK Gynecological Cancer Center. And in 1999, following the restructuring of the division of ONG, the Gynae Oncology Unit was formed. It was a comprehensive set of services put up for cancer patients and for trainings, and we got busy. And in the following 1 or 2 years, we brought it up to standard and to become the accredited training center for Ngoc outside of Australia and New Zealand in October 2000. So we were the lucky ones. We got a formal training and certification because we were in the right place at the right time. MOH, and I believe similarly at the time, MOH Malaysia, and for that matter, many countries around the region were developing gynae oncology in a big way. And this is, remember, in IGCS 2002, this was a meeting in Seoul, and we managed to get a lot of people together from around the region to sit in the room and talk about nothing but championing and moving forward gynae oncology in this part of the world. I think Indonesia was there, Malaysia was there, Singapore was there, Thailand was there, I believe Taiwanese were there also. Yeah. Probably a few other countries. India was there also. Yeah. So this is, we managed to get, doctors are not easy people to come together to chart one direction. And one of the things we did was to get all stakeholders to come together was to formalize a set of treatment guidelines, both for nursing, doctoring, and treatment of cancers and subspecialty, and that brought people together. And it took 2 years, to put up together a set of guidelines and protocols. And everybody sit down and look at the data, look at the medical treatment globally, and everybody has a stake in the final product. And that really, really brings people together. And this is a good way to start. But this is Singapore. My romance with Malaysia, really, a close interaction started when I first organized the first pelvic surgery workshop at KK Hospital. I invited a well-respected Professor Siva, the first recipient of the Mgcs award, to join us, and we got along very well. By the time, I think Dr. Rushna was with us. Many younger gynecologists attended because everyone, everywhere loves to do and learn new surgical skills and techniques. And after that simple weekend event, we went on to do many good things together. Dr. Rushdang was our first Malaysian fellow that worked in our unit for a year, in the year 2000 to 2001. And it was extremely fruitful for him and for us. He was a very good doctor. He's got a very good pair of hands, very focused in his work. And of course, your history had recorded. I read your history in a book today. He went back to head the department in Alostar, and likewise, he wasted no time to set up similar gynae cancer center. And I saw the fire of enthusiasm in Malaysia got started. And there was a flurry of developmental pursuits thereafter. I think your history in today's program really wrote out the entire development. Soon after, I remember I was invited to a gynae cancer conference in Seremban. Yesterday I asked Vignesh who was the boss, and I think he's right, it's Dr. Ravi, who I think headed Seremban and HKL later on. Yeah. And I recall in that meeting I sat down, I was invited to sit in to witness the interaction between the guest of honor. At the time was a MOH parliamentary secretary, and I witnessed his commitment and determination to develop gynae oncology for Malaysia. The next day, the newspaper announced the setting up of the Northern Regional Cancer Unit in Alostar. newspaper cutting, maybe later on. Yeah. And that was the first center in the north that caters for the patients in an organized manner. That simple step, I think, sparked off a lot of things thereafter. I think Malaysia has got 3 groups of people to thank, like also in Singapore. We are also thankful to 3 groups of people that we have set up this kind of centers, namely the pioneers, as I've mentioned before. The Ministry of Health definitely is important. And thirdly, the new pathfinder gynecologists who were passionate about gynae oncology. In a very short while, meaning over the last 15 years or maybe lesser, I got to know a lot of senior colleagues from all over Malaysia, Professor Siva, Dr. Abdul Aziz, KL, Nick Zaki from Kelantan, USM. I went to Kelantan as invitation to be an examiner for the specialist exam, and he asked me, "Tay, do you know what is gearbox?" I said, "I do not know. I thought gearbox is a car gearbox," but until he brought me to a restaurant, then I know what is a gearbox. Gearbox is the knee joint of where you suck the marrow out. So that's gearbox dish. And Suresh from Penang. Suresh was from Penang, but I met him in JB first in a conference. There was also Dr. Ngoc and Dr. Lim Keng Ju at the time, and I befriended very well Dr. Ghazali Ismail in Kuantan. That's where I went to Kuantan. But I didn't know he was a Johorian, so he's back in Johor now. Siti Zawiya, Hatta, many more, Vijendran, Dr. Siva. I met so many people. So in the succeeding years, I had the privilege to mentor others from Malaysia. We have Eugene, Sarida, Jimeng, Paul, Vignesh, and Jimeng. I couldn't find Jimeng. Yeah. And this was a conference in 2005 in Alostar. It was a very nice conference. At that conference, we talked about surgery and treatment. Over the last 15 years, I have attended countless conferences here in Malaysia, Sabah, and so forth. So I considered all the lectures, title page, and it come up to all these pages. Okay. So, moving forward,